because everybody is losing their mind that are Sophie Cunningham haters about why she's on it. And, you know, Sophie Cunningham herself is joking and saying this.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Good morning, America. Morning.
The internet is now going crazy about Sophie Cunningham's recent appearance on Good Morning America. I'm not referring to casual basketball fans. I'm referring to ardent supporters of the WNBA who have doubts about the league's future. Because this is what no one wants to publicly acknowledge. Right now, Sophie Cunningham may be the second most popular player in the whole WNBA. Not second, not third, not fifth, just behind Caitlin Clark. I'll reiterate that since I know that some of you recently threw your phone by every category that truly counts. Clicks, views, interaction, and reach on social media. Many people are currently uneasy with the fact that Sophie Cunningham is ranked second in this league after Angel Reese, Breanna Stewart, and Asia Wilson.
Chiefs and the Washington Commanders. This segment is sponsored by Arby's, and we're here with Sophie Cunningham, WNBA star, and Abby.
Okay, so she's there basically with her as her sponsor for because of Arby's. She's there because she's obviously one of the main people involved. Well, not one of the main people involved, but like one of the main faces of Arby's at this stage.
Arby's spokesperson, we're so happy you're here. We know your basketball season just wrapped, but you're also a huge football fan.
I am.
You even played in high school for a game. So what's your thought on tonight's matchup?
I'm, a Chiefs fan through and through, born and raised in Missouri, and so when you have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on your team, I'm always going to bet on them.
Okay, all right. And
She hasn't spoken for a week or so. On social media, radio silence. No wild tunnel fits, no viral moments. Nothing. If you know anything about Sophie Cunningham, you'll know that when she becomes quiet, something significant is about to happen. This woman is viral because she doesn't do quiet. She engages in controversies. Marketing execs drool over the data she produces. Then, all of a sudden, there's an appearance on Good Morning America, prime time on national television, discussing Monday Night Football with the Kansas City Chiefs while sporting that Arby's endorsement like it's high fashion. All of a sudden, the same question is being asked by everyone. Given that there are players in the league who are unquestionably more deserving, why is Sophie Cunningham on one of the largest morning shows in America? This is where things get hot.
a photo of you in that Arby shirt. It kicked off kind of a revolution and people online kind of taking over. So tell us about that viral trend.
Yeah, you know, I've had a great partnership with Arby's. I'm a genuine fan. I love the roast beef sandwiches and the curly fries. And, you know, I did a little TikTok and they noticed, and then they gave me one of these shirts and it kind of blew up, to be honest.
Championship rings are the reason Sophie isn't present. She isn't there because of MVP voting or all-star choices. Arby chose her, which is why she is there. After examining every player on the WNBA roster, a big national brand declared, "We want that one. The girl who wore our t-shirt and went viral. The female who makes tunnel walks popular. The female who attracts attention." And it's the awkward reality that the WNBA establishment refuses to accept. Popularity can sometimes take precedence over productivity. Virality surpasses legacy in 2025. Sophie Cunningham discovered the algorithm before half of the league even realized what TikTok was. When she joined the Indiana Fever, everything was different. I see what you're thinking now. The Caitlin Clark effect, the most anticipated rookie in women's basketball history and the player who smashed all viewership records, was the reason she joined the Fever. Yes, that is a component of it. Here's what people overlook, though. Prior to that action, Sophie Cunningham was already developing her brand. Music. As of right now, she was the league's second most clicked player. You are aware of the JCS Sheldon incident that occurred when during a game, Sophie completely defeated her, and the internet went crazy. Sophie was a good player until that point, when she became an absolute villain. Villains also sell. Villains are engaged. Villains appear on Good Morning America. She is now visible on national television. Born and reared in Missouri, she talks about Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes as if she were a member of the commentary team. She bets on her home team because she is a devoted Chiefs supporter. The problem is that she feels at ease. She doesn't feel anxious. She doesn't read from cards. She is simply being Sophie. Confident, captivating, and perfect for this situation. She is questioned by the hosts over Arby's shirt, which sparked a revolt. Sophie plays it flawlessly online. She claims to be an actual fan, adores curly fries and roast beef sandwiches. A little TikTok was done. They observed. She received a blouse from them. It exploded. It wouldn't, in her opinion. This is the reality check that no one is giving you, though. Sophie Cunningham was an expert in her field. Being the second most popular player in the WNBA is not an accident. It's not by accident that you go viral. She was aware of the task. Put on the shirt. Make it appear effortless. Let the internet take care of the rest. She currently has a title sponsorship with a large fast food company. Her podcast is doing well while she's on Good Morning America. Show me something.f. The volume is on. Colin Cowherd's network is that. It was the same network that asked well-known content producers to sign on. Additionally, Sophie's podcast is currently outperforming Angel Reese's Unapologetically Angel in terms of sales. That's crazy, so let me say it again. On YouTube, Sophie Cunningham's podcast is now doing better than Angel Reese's. Music on 40-minute shows. We're talking about 40,000 views. There are no weekly star guests or clickbait thumbnails, just Sophie talking, and people are paying attention. Angel's show, which featured guests like Mikey Williams and was incredibly popular last year, is currently doing worse. The sole podcast from the WNBA. The volume is on. Colin Cowherd's network is that. It was the same network that asked well-known content producers to sign on. Additionally, Sophie's podcast is currently outperforming Angel Reese's Unapologetically Angel in terms of sales. That's crazy, so let me say it again. On YouTube, Sophie Cunningham's podcast is now doing better than Angel Reese's. Music on 40-minute shows. We're talking about 40,000 views. There are no weekly star guests or clickbait thumbnails, just Sophie talking, and people are paying attention. Angel's show, which featured guests like Mikey Williams and was incredibly popular last year, is currently doing worse. The sole podcast from the WNBA comprehends the subject matter. Her knowledge of marketing has made her wealthy. She is well known because she is aware of virality. She is the most watchable, not because she is the greatest player or has won the most. The WNBA is currently at a turning point in its history. Do you reward production and legacy or engagement and reach? Because there isn't always overlap between those two things. The league's top player is A'ja Wilson. She has won numerous MVP awards, won a title, and is dominant on both ends, but she isn't receiving slots on Good Morning America. Fast food empires aren't being developed around her brand. It's Sophie Cunningham. Music, additionally, if you're a traditionalist, that most likely causes your blood to boil. But it makes perfect sense if you know how contemporary media operates. Because Sophie is the greatest basketball player, Arby's did not endorse her. She moves merchandise, so they sponsored her. Because people interact with her posts. Since her audience genuinely makes purchases. They serve Arby's beef nuggets on the show. On live TV, Sophie devours one. Sells it as if she were in a commercial for the Super Bowl. Claims that they are juicy. Claims they are amazing. Claims that you will adore them. Additionally, millions of viewers of Good Morning America were now exposed to an advertisement from a WNBA athlete that they most likely were unaware of until 5 minutes ago. That's Sophie's power. She serves as a link between mainstream and basketball culture. She can converse with casual sports enthusiasts about Chiefs football. Middle America can buy fast food from her. Even those who have never watched a game can relate to the WNBA because to her. And in the current market, that is worth more than 20 points every game. But let's deal with the big issue. Right now, Sophie's detractors are very vocal. Why does she deserve this platform, they wonder. They claim that she is only well known due to controversy, cheap jabs, and music because she plays for Caitlin Clark. Look, there is some truth to that. Sophie's not a superstar player. Although she isn't a reliable all-star, she has mastered a more valuable skill. She is an expert at being memorable. Every tunnel stroll is an occasion. Each interview is a unique experience. All social media, the goal of the calculation is to maximize reach. She does more than simply play hoops. She is creating a brand that will endure after her playing career. And people are afraid of that. Because what does it say about the WNBA's priorities if Sophie Cunningham can become the second most popular player without being the second best player? What does that imply about our regard for athletes? Is the game no longer the main focus? Or does the game revolve around the game? Right now, the Indiana Fever players are performing incredibly well. Clearly, Caitlin Clark is the best, setting records and revolutionizing the sport. However, Sophie is there in the discussion not because she works with Caitlin, but rather because she's created her own audience, her own lane, and her own empire. Consider how uncommon that is. The majority of players follow the lead of a superstar colleague. They're the role player, the sidekick, and the one who gains by being close to excellence. Sophie is unique. She is capitalizing on the Fever's success while preserving her own personality, brand, and sources of income. The data from the podcast show that. She doesn't discuss Caitlin Clark in every episode. She doesn't live in the shadow of another person. Instead, then using her affiliation with a more well-known person, Sophie has produced content that is standalone and attracts views because people want to hear from her. And as football fans discover her name, she is currently eating Arby steak nuggets on Good Morning America. On the other hand, casual spectators witness a self-assured young woman discussing sports as if she belonged there. On the other hand, a player who knows how to perform for cameras gives the WNBA widespread exposure. This is the updated blueprint. In 2025, athletes will accumulate fortune in this manner. Music, it goes beyond your statistics. Your capacity to monetize attention, reach, and engagement are crucial. Sophie Cunningham, who is only 27 years old, has already figured this out. The hatred will not stop. People will argue that she doesn't deserve it and that there are better players. Seemed like she has no substance and is all style. Allow them to speak. Because Sophie is cashing checks while they argue over her merits. She is scheduling appearances on national television while people doubt her credibility. Despite their claims that she is overrated, she is becoming well-known. The game inside the game is that. And the winner is Sophie Cunningham. The results speak for themselves, regardless of whether you agree with it, think she deserves it, or think popularity should be this important. She achieved huge sponsorships, a national media presence, a growing podcast, charitable work, brand music deals, the second most popular player in the WNBA, and more by being herself. Bold, self-assured, and unapologetic. She didn't strive to be the best. She turned into the most fascinating player. Additionally, in the attention market, fascinating almost always outperforms talent. What then takes place? Does Sophie's media empire continue to expand? Does she end up serving as a model for upcoming WNBA players? Does the league support or oppose this new athlete paradigm? Without a doubt, Sophie Cunningham is a symbol of a major shift in the way basketball players develop their careers. The appearance on Good Morning America is more than a one-time event. It's a declaration. Sophie Cunningham has a place in popular discourse. National platforms are something she deserves. She is able to discuss sports, culture, and merchandise with Americans in a casual way. Music, that is a set of abilities. Outside of basketball, that's the power of stars. Sophie is also making the WNBA establishment face a new reality, whether they like it or not. Currency is popularity. Value is virality. Equity is engagement. Players who comprehend this will succeed. Those who don't will question why they are less successful despite having greater potential. With a mouthful of Arby steak nuggets, Sophie Cunningham changed the game once more on national television while discussing how the Kansas City Chiefs are precisely who she has always been. Unapologetically viral, incredibly successful, and unstoppable.